Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Johanna Day made her Broadway debut in the play Proof, and now she is back on Broadway as the fierce and complex Tracey in Lynn Nottage's Pulitzer Prize-winning play Sweat, for which she's been nominated for a Tony Award. And I caught up with Johanna here at the legendary Sardi's just days before Tony's big night. So thank you so much for sitting with me today here at Sardi's.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, Tony nominated for your incredible performance as Tracey in Sweat.
Thank you.
How excited are you?
Extremely excited. Oh my God. I mean, just being my age, and for any women my age, middle-aged women with parts like this,
Yeah.
That's amazing. And also about, real people. And real situation. It's just an honor to be in it. It's an honor.
Well, let's talk about this play, Pulitzer Prize winning Lynn Nottage play, Sweat. I mean, were you involved from the very beginning?
No, you mean its first performances? No, that was the Oregon Shakespeare Company. The wonderful actors up there did it first.
So when did you start? When did you get the play?
Washington, D.C. And I had about, 8 rehearsals for it.
Before you went on?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
So basically my performance down there was, the acting I was doing was acting like I wasn't scared. So then, I learned a couple of these. But then when we started at the public, everybody was like, because everyone else was new, everyone was like, oh, you got it up. I was like, I don't remember a thing.
So it's like starting again.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was awesome, yeah.
What's it like playing Tracey? She's so complex. She's feisty. I mean, how emotionally draining is this performance? And how do you shake her at the end of a show?
It's not too hard to shake her,
Okay.
really. I mean, I don't know how that happened. It was at first. In that one scene that would come off before the end of the play, I would get very, very upset and cry a lot. And then, now I'm just like, that went great. But then, actually, ironically, the other day I got on stage and just burst into tears. Sometimes that's so hard to do. But I think the older I've gotten, I don't really take things home with me too much. You know what I mean? I mean, I think also you just kind of have these rituals that you can't even put your finger on, really. I have a lot of things that I do just quickly right before the play. I have a real regiment before I go on. But we laugh. I think with this show, the cast is so incredibly close.
Yeah.
And we like each other a lot. And I think because of some of the intensity of this subject matter and this play, we laugh extra. You know what I mean? And I think that saves us. We really love each other. We hug each other after the show. We make jokes. We make fun of each other when we mess up on stage.
You don't mess up on stage.
Not me. I mean, not me. Not me.
We were talking about the White Room earlier today, which is what people call it when you go to the White Room. Have you ever gone to the White Room?
That's like when you're doing the play about around this time, you'll be on stage and say you want to come up with the word notion, right? You're what you want to say, but you can't find that particular word. You're like, it's like an idea. And you think it's taking about 2.5 hours for you to get something out. You just make something up. But that's when you start to go, I gotta look at my script again. Because it kind of goes from short-term to long-term memory. And
That's what Brandon just said.
Oh, yeah, it does. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't remember your name sometimes. You're like, So I like to go back to the script also just to go that might be what that means. But also, because I like to remember, when you're looking for a word, to remember it on the page.
Yeah.
And that helps. But boy, when you think, if you start getting a little panicky and you're thinking ahead, and you're like, I don't know what that line is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that line is. And you're like, or if a mistake's made, or someone does something. Most all actors do this. You're like, it's my fault. So what did I do? Then you find out. I have a great story messing up something and totally thought it was somebody else. I was doing these short plays by John Cariani, Almost Made, and it was a workshop, and Justin Hagen was in this one scene with me, and in two different of the stories. One I was playing Glory, and the other name of the woman I was playing was Hope. So in this scene that we were in, I said, I said, hi, my name's Hope. And I said whatever my name was. And then he was calling me Hope the whole time. And I was thinking, I can't wait to get off stage and make fun of him. I can't wait. He called me the wrong name the whole time because we were really good friends, and I was going to torture him. And because that's what you do. And I was like, you called me Hope the whole time. And he goes, you introduced yourself as Hope.
So it was your fault in the end.
Totally my fault. And then I was red and
what is it like living in the Lynn Nottage world of Sweat? It's such an incredible play, so beautifully written.
It's now it is a really comfortable place to be in, actually. I mean, a lot of people are, which is kind of silly to say, but really don't see actors up there anymore. I mean, we know each other so well, and our work about being a community of people that have grown up together and worked together for as long as they have. Their sons have grown up together, and it's sort of magical now. And we're finding new things every single night, and there's still scenes that we'll get off stage. It's like, maybe if I do that. I mean, we're constantly working on it. Because there's still some scenes I kind of don't know what I'm doing.
But isn't that great? But you still, you keep going.
Oh, it's that kind of play.
Yeah.
You just can't stop working on it.
Yeah.
You can't. There's nothing, I mean, you get tired and you kind of wish maybe there'd be a gas leak for a couple days and you have a couple days off or something.
Go back to rehearsals.
Or no, just stay at home and sleep. Just stay home and sleep. But I don't get bored doing this play.
Yeah.
At all.
This is your second Tony nomination.
Yes, it is.
How is this one different from the first time around?
The first time around, I didn't do as many interviews, and I was young, and it didn't tire me out. And people were just throwing clothes at me. Yeah. Like, that was kind of like a hanger then. I was like, sure, I'll wear that, whatever. Throw some heels on. And I don't remember it. My agent was talking to me yesterday. She was, I don't remember it being like this. I go, it wasn't. But, it's certainly an amazing part and an amazing play to be recognized in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty proud of that.
Is there a teacher or a mentor when you were starting out that really got you?
That's funny. A teacher of mine that was a really tough teacher in acting school came to the show the other night. And I remember when she would teach me, she had a language that, sort of a way of speaking that I didn't quite get, but I know she really knew I had something. And now, in my older years, maybe like 15 years ago, I was like, I understand what she meant, and she's absolutely right. And a director, a friend of mine, before I was Equity Union, we had this little nomad theater company, and she would just cast me in everything. Like, you would be like, that's it's a Japanese man. I can't. Yeah. She'd be like, you'll do good. She really stretched me. I mean, I didn't play a Japanese man.
Yeah.
But she really helped me get better, I think, as an actor. Yeah, and I've quite a few directors too that I've worked with a number of times. Kate Barisky is one of them.
Yeah, totally.
Lisa Peterson and Martha Banta, like all people like that.
We have a lot of actors here who watch at Broadway World, starting out their careers at different stages of their career. Was there ever a time that you said maybe you wanted to leave the business and maybe rethink your life? And if you did, what got you through it?
I have no other skill sets. That's pretty much it. But when I started out, I wasn't, which I don't think is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't so, I've never been driven to be famous, you know what I mean? Because I think that's a hard thing to be.
Yeah.
But then, and I didn't mind being poor for a while, and then I really thought I had to leave the city, or maybe go to some other city where it was cheaper to live, and do that. But then I just couldn't resist, and I always wanted to be a doctor, but what am I? Not now. like 170 by the time I graduated.
Get out of
finished.
school. Well, we're thrilled that you never left the business.
Me too. Me too.
Finally, if you could sum up the best part of the experience of being a part of Sweat, what's it been for you?
The community of people in the play, the honesty in which we started this project, and the things we told about ourselves and each other, and the stuff we've learned about each other and ourselves, and which is really global in a way. And our love for each other, it holds us up there on stage.
Sweat has been nominated for the Tony Award for Best Play. It's a must-see theatrical landmark filled with humor and humanity, performed by the Best Acting Ensemble of the Year. Don't miss Sweat, the new Pulitzer Prize-winning play. Visit sweatbroadway.com.